There, folks. My name's Torinski, and welcome back to a long overdue DCSS Sunday. Today we're jumping back into the usual-ish routine. Actually, not really. We're stepping outside of the usual routine to get back into the swing of things. Try out this whole streaming thing once again. And prepare as well a little bit for the upcoming release tournament. You know, the last time we played, we just finished off a run. It was 2 versions behind what it is now. I've barely touched the game since, so there's going to be a whole bunch of new content for me to sift through and discover, which is always exciting. And yeah, I think I plan on trying to get a bit more playtime into the 0.34 release tournament. So we'll see how it goes, see how rusty I am at this whole talking to myself on camera thing, as well as, you know, figuring out all the tools I used to use. It's all going to be a fun, new, exciting venture here together again. But hey, without further ado, let's just get ready to hop into it and seal the new goodness here. So yeah, for some context, I think I did, one run in the latest version of Trunk. And it was just like classic Gargoyle Fighter, you know, speed O-tabbing my way through the dungeon. So I've seen a couple little spoilers here or there. There's a lot of, new stuff that I don't even know where to begin. I mean, Revenant, Poltergeist, no clue. Haven't really tried either. I think I maybe booted up 0.33 at one point, but regardless, again, let's just choose something, see how it goes. Hey, Ivy Sly, how's it going? And yeah, I hope new camera placement and general format here works out. We're trying out all new things, you know, new year, new me. But I think for the time being, I may want to try the Spellcaster because there's one small change, well, large change there that I haven't had the chance to actually fool around with in terms of how new spells are acquired. And acquired, I should say. So let's go with Demon Spawn. It's been a long time. Forge Right. Very cool. That makes me want to be like a Cogling Forge Right. Seems very on brand. Very neat. Let's go Fire Elementalist. Tried and true classic. Yours truly here. Too many truths in that sentence. Getting right into the new return to streaming with a little bit of semantic oversaturation. Gotta love it. But okie dokie. In general, I think not too much has changed in regards to our overall approach to the game. Watch me eat those words shortly. But let's just set some random skill targets and see how it goes. It's also going to be a little bit interesting. It's not that often that I play on the online tiles version, so hopefully my hotkey memory is doing okay. But let's do it, shall we? So this was the big change that I've seen but haven't got to actually experience myself yet, which is finding the spell scrolls, the individual scrolls. It seemed like, if I recall correctly, you were still able to find some books. Nonetheless, kind of interesting. I don't know if that's going to make us like branch out a bit more often and explore and try different spells that we pick up or what have you, but nonetheless, I'll just go for it. Ooh, we do have the instant travel on. That'll be interesting. That's normally one of the small tweaks I make to RC File when playing online. So we'll see. If we die early, or if we find ourselves running into any kind of problems due to it, then maybe, just maybe, we will save out or quit out temporarily and update that. Because, yeah, it's one of the, again, small tweaks I generally remember making to RC File. But anyway, lots of new and exciting things to see. New monsters, all of that good stuff. I don't even know where to begin looking at any of the new changes that have percolated their way through here. So I think we're just going to have to go balls to the wall and see what we come up against. See if we're maybe even able to get anywhere in the game, seeing as how I'm definitely going to be on the rusty side, not just in the aforementioned streaming sensibilities, but definitely in regards to my ability to actually play the game as well. Not too bad. A nice short sword is a good early find, just in case we do find ourselves running out of mana in the early game here. Some more. Oh, hello, friends. Oh, me oh my. Well, not too shabby. Yeah, and you're generally hoping your first couple levels of the dungeon aren't going to be too detrimental to your health. You know, we're not exactly a deep elf wizard that's worried about dying to a single rat. I may be setting myself up for some karmic retribution there, nonetheless. +7 greatsword. Valor. Right, I actually did run into one ego I didn't recognize. So it's looking like there might be a few of them. It fires a beam of energy whenever it strikes an enemy while its wielder has no less than 80%. Cool, cool. So we got a little bit of Link Master Sword action here. Unwielding it will briefly weaken its wielder. The beam does 4d11 damage. Wow. That's a lot of damage. I wonder if that scales off the weapon at all, like if because this is a great sword, there's a little bit of something going on there. Regardless, we'll maybe mark that. Again, it's a bit outside of the norm. I feel like I'm usually a shield wielder when it comes to my magic users, but you never know. It does have that int +6 to go alongside all the other decent stats, so definitely won't necessarily be saying no to that in the future. Ooh, and a wizard hat. Very on brand, very thematically appropriate. Love to see it. Hopefully it's something useful. I mean, a +2 hat is definitely useful. Also, terrible decision making there. That's a classic. Don't start walking until you've had the chance to rest up, get all your magic points back. Let's maybe not follow the bat off into the unknown either. Again, relearning all of those sensibilities that come with the game. Didn't even notice that we got an Amulet of Faith at some point there. Very interesting. Loving some of the new sprites as well. Leather armor there threw me for a loop for a moment. Okie dokie. Maybe I should just get used to the no delay time on the auto travel. I mean, it's kind of a nightmare for someone like me. You know, I'm terrible at accidentally going ahead with decisions before giving them enough time to fully percolate through the brainstem. So it definitely doesn't bode well for me there, where I'm going to find myself hitting O in terrible situations and then going right into the mix of things when it's not at all appropriate to do so. But besides, yeah, potentially falling victim to my worst enemy, which, you know, that being myself. It is kind of convenient and quick, and that's something that I feel like I need all the assistance I can possibly get, because being quick has never been something that I've attributed to myself when it comes to DCSS. I'm somehow managing to, or I'm always managing to find the cross between playing exceptionally slowly and playing exceptionally stupidly. It's truly a generational talent of mine. No one can step to me when it comes to taking as much time as possible to do the absolutely wrong thing. Okay, Wand of Polymorph, not likely to be a huge game changer for us. I always find that it's scarier to think about using than it is potentially useful in that regard. But Foxfire doing a wonderful job in any kind of water-ridden environment. I feel like you can just get so much extra steam damage. You very quickly do some work even against a bunch of ranged enemies like our Dart Slug companions here. Oh, that's good that my mute hotkey also casts spells. Sure, that will never go horribly wrong for us. But okay, we did get the timed portal. Also, A flux bauble, of course. Switch category. Interesting. Is that new? I don't remember inventory working that way. But again, not the most experience with online play, so I wouldn't be too surprised if I'm just completely out of touch in that regard. But a small glass bauble containing an ominously glowing substance, crushing it will flood you with transmutational energy, leaving your physical form unstable at a fundamental level. Ooh, that sounds fun. In the state of flux, your melee attacks are much weaker, but each strike will contaminate whatever you hit with transmutational energy, growing so intense upon the third strike that it will cause their body to twist and deform, inflicting significant damage. How's that? Lack of certainty in your physical form also makes you harder to hit, though you glow in a way that hinders stealth, so we can't hide, but they have a hard time locking down. You know, they can either get our speed or our position, and never both. I like that. A bit of uncertainty principle action going on. Power contained is finite. Very cool. I don't know if I'll ever have the bravery to try it out. But we'll see. Maybe in an emergency, we can just use it as like an evasion stimulant. Because I doubt we'll be wanting to be hitting too many enemies in close quarters with this character. Okay, we chose the wrong direction to start exploring, so let's see if I can't safely make my way back. An Inkwell Talisman. Right, that's something that I think I read as well. Lots of changes to shapeshifting, so that seems kind of cool. Mistral ink transforms wearer into a walking scroll. Now that is pretty cool. Being an omnibus of magical techniques gives them increased skill with all spell schools. And that increases with shapeshifting skill. Cannot cast spells above level 4. Attacks are also very weak, but have chance of restored mana. Now that is a cool transmutation. Fire vulnerability makes sense. Turn yourself into a paper, probably not the most appropriate action to take in the presence of a conflagration of sorts. Well, we'll see if we end up delving into any kind of shape-shifting. Don't know if it's in the cards. But... oh. Shaft trap down 2 floors. I don't know if we'll be making it into those sewers, folks. Yikes. Okay, so we don't go through that door. Honestly, none of this is gonna be good. In fact, because that's an animal, I should go back. Let's chill out for a moment. We're up to level 3 and I still haven't made any changes to our spell book here. So Scorch, probably useful to know. It's not like I have the most magic to really take advantage. Also, excuse me earlier, level 4 actually, so even better. Construct Spike Launcher, new Forge Craft skill. Very cool. Is there anything else here? I guess no matter what, we'd have to learn a little bit. Volatile Blast Motes is something that I feel like I was just starting to get into the groove of when we were previously playing. Probably will learn it. I don't know if it's appropriate right now. Similarly, like Flame Wave. I'm going to learn Flame Wave. Still going to be a hot minute before it's really castable. In fact, I'll switch to focusing down those schools. Hold up. Let's create some macros here. Okay, abort that. I would like to create a macro for this. This. Just my usual, like 4 slots. Attributed to our various spells that we'll actively be using. Perfect. I am terrified of this floor. This is not a character that is able to really deal with a shaft trap, to say the least. 2 scrolls of blinking. Okay, if we live long enough for that to even be a factor. Well, let's learn one more. Okay, let's just run. Just find it upstairs. We run into an upstairs before into too many enemies, I was gonna say, but the hound is a big problem. Yikes. Thank you so much, Eric. It's good to be back. Definitely a little odd. I've fallen out of the practice, but I'm hoping that the gift of my gap hasn't completely betrayed me. Exactly. Aidens, this is totally fine. I mean, how could this possibly hit any worse, is what I was gonna say, but let's not tempt the gods of Zot with that kind of thinking. But yeah, the Mark Trap was the cherry on top of the Crapstorm situation. Okay, hello, Dowen. Okay. I'm like kind of curious, can I just run past him? Okay, we have Polymorph. Trying to think of the best way to like apply the blink scroll in a pseudo creative manner. Because if we can get past all these sons of guns, we've probably woken up the yaks at that other stairwell. So maybe I can go into the corner here and grab Sif Muna while we're around. Lure everyone in, as long as Down doesn't kill me immediately, or on my way to the corner. Lure everyone down, blink past them, save my second blink scroll for the next kind of leapfrog moment. Oh, interesting. I maybe should have gone through that crack in the wall. Okay. First and foremost, poisonous vapors would be nice. I don't think I have the time for it. I am going to take Sif Muna while we're here. Okay, my hound friend. Can I survive a couple turns of you and Dowen just wailing on me? Maybe. We're not going to completely put our thumbs here, though. Let's learn one more scroll while we're at it. Scroll of Poison is interesting. This is where it's a shame that we're not poison resistant. We could definitely do some shenanigans with that if we were. I would like to do one more turn, because at the moment, okay, let's think this through. If I blink up here, then we're still dealing with our orc buddy, and I think that's going to be untenable. So I think I need one more turn, draw them one space in, blink out. Yeah, even here is not useful because this move here is not beneficial to us. We kind of need to blink to this square and then take the immediate diagonal up. Are those gnolls, are they coming? I kind of don't have the bandwidth to run into them shortly after. One quick check on Scroll of Poison, because it's every unoccupied space. It is every unoccupied space. Is there any way for us to abuse that? If there's one character at the edge of our vision occupying a space, Scroll of Poison, hopefully they move towards us, blink through it all, and have an escape path. Well, regardless, let's wait one more turn by drinking a potion. Potion of Curing. Okay. Oh, and an iguana has joined us. You're probably fast enough that it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare to try and walk away. Maybe? Are you not faster than me? Red high. Where on the screen does it normally show us again? I look at the hound. Okay, it only shows us if they are faster. So iguana's normal speed. Thanks for the confirmation there as well, Aidens. I can't wait a turn though, right? Because now we're in the complete danger zone. A two-headed ogre is just going to immediately one-shot us. Ruin our whole reputation. So now it doesn't really matter whether we go here or here. Except here is one less turn of being in the danger zone, as it were. Hey, there are those gnolls. How about that? Oh, and they're covering ground quickly. That is so cool and fun. A cockroach. Did I not run into any cockroaches? Are cockroaches no longer a thing? Cockroach, though, time flows strangely around it, rewinding any apologies, can't read out loud apparently. That's one skill that I've completely deprecated over the course of the last year apparently. Rewinding any injuries inflicted upon it unless the source of them is near enough to be caught up in its time stream. Okay, so just can't kill them at range. That's fun. I like that. Okay, do we just go past all these sons of guns? Do we go downwards and hope that this opens up somewhere? What new and exciting times. Cockroaches did become clockroaches. Very cool. I'm gonna miss them. I feel like cockroaches were a staple of this game since I very first started playing, way back in 2010 or whenever it was. But okay. Well, no time like the present. Maybe I do take one tick of poison to hopefully persuade our friends to not follow us. Never totally remember the exact behavioral rules of all the monsters in the game. Hey Brain, been a long time. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we are going to blink into the poison. Oh. Okay, no, that was way more poison damage than I was expecting. Gosh darn it. Well, if we get a heal wounds, Brilliance ain't going to do it. Well, bit of mutation to end us off on a fun note. Let's just read until we die, shall we? What a way to welcome ourselves back into the game here. Ooh, we can brand our short sword before we die. There we go. The classic DCS experience. It's a good humbling little bit here because, again, the one run that I've done in the last year, I got stupid lucky in. I mean, I was already playing a gargoyle, which is a little bit of a freebie for the early game, but I think I had like all maxed out resistances before I got to Lair, if that is any indication as to just how incredible my luck was. So fair's fair. Fair's fair. Yeah, are you willing to walk into Cloud's monster logic? Sometimes difficult to reason about, right? It's always funny when enemies will like switch places. It's hard to remember all of them because I know that one also has to do with are they like animal intelligence or better. Some enemies I feel like will risk their life if they think that they're like able to kill you in that turn. So I think that there's some conditional logic around that, but again, don't quote me on it because I don't recall with too much certainty one way or another. Welcome back to DCSS. Poison surrounded by evil yaks and centaurs. Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. Zot be praised. But hey, good warm-up. Nice, fast. Didn't even really get to explore mutations. Because what, we got like fueled by pain, maybe? I swear I was paying attention at the time, but completely slipped the brain since then. But hey, I guess we'll never know. And it doesn't matter too much for our poor demon spawn buddy.